We've been looking forward to coming to Colombia for its coffee for a long time. Then, so far, Colombia has given us much more than coffee, I have to say.
Yes, it has. We came to Quindío for its coffee and left with a new family. People who were strangers just hours before welcomed us into their home for 10 days and gave us some of the most meaningful moments of our entire Pan-American journey.
We're Luca and Julia, and this is our adventure.
Since quitting our office jobs in 2024, we've been living in our tiny home on wheels, Papero, a capable 2005 Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Our setup is simple, our dreams big, to travel the world.
We're currently overlanding the Americas, from Ushuaia all the way to Alaska. Come explore Colombia's beautiful Eje Cafetero with us, tasting incredible coffee and experiencing daily life with our adoptive Colombian family in one of the most special chapters of our journey so far.
Subscribe if you haven't already and come along for the adventure.
Welcome to Salento. You can tell that this town is pretty touristy because it looks very pretty. All very colorful. So funny that the name is Salento. For those that don't know, Salento is
a region in southern Italy.
Well, here's the name of the town. It's really funny. And we are going for breakfast because we're quite hungry and we ran out of most of our groceries after a lot of 4x4 driving. We're in a cute little coffee.
Yeah.
We're gonna try some interesting coffee.
So on the menu they had traditional and exotic, and we are wondering if exotic is maybe not from Colombia.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. We'll just try them both.
Yes. Casi no parece café.
Pues ahora que les voy a servir y lo que es el tradicional, les voy a servir un poquito para que lo vayan probando en diferentes temperaturas.
Ajá.
Y por acá el exótico.
Gracias.
Con gusto.
Muchas
Entonces,
gracias.
Tradicional, exótico.
Gracias. Son?
Tastes like you're drinking a flower. Right.
That was just the first of our Colombian coffee experiences. It left us wanting more. But that day, we had somewhere to be. We'd been invited by Diego, one of the enduro riders we'd met a few days before, to visit him in his home in Armenia. So after Salento, we drove through the charming town of Circassia, and a few hours later, we were in Diego's car with him, his wife Milena, and his mother Dolly. They took us to explore the beauty of Quindío.
Se llama Río Verde, pero es solo esto.
Río Verde.
Como un puerto, como...
No tienen idea del regalo que nos hace. So we're visiting all these little pueblos with Diego and his family. So amazing. This is Chile happening all over again. Wow. Pueden verlo. Ah, no, esto sí. Esto sí.
Está caliente,
Riquísimo. Tampoco es demasiado dulce, me encanta.
asado con queso.
Eso chorizo y arepa.
No, este es un chuzo, pero yo dije que no lo picaran.
Esto es carne.
What are you drinking?
Tamarindo michelado. Con sal. Parece un cóctel, pero no es peligroso. Es rico. Es rico. It happened again. People just welcoming us into their homes. This happened in Chile the first time with our Chilean family, which we visited multiple times. And then it happened again in Argentina, in Tierra del Fuego. And now it's happened again in Colombia. So last night we actually did sleep in a room with our own bathroom inside their house. Even if it's the third time that this happens to us, we are by no means used to this. Like it just blows our mind every single time. It's so magical. It feels so special to just be invited over to people's homes and to have them share with you their way of life, their knowledge. And yesterday just went beyond anything. They took 4 hours out of one day to spend it with us. We are overwhelmed with gratitude for this amazing hospitality. And their house is beautiful, their garden is beautiful, and now we will be trying some coffee and are very excited about it. But yeah, it's amazing. It feels so special.
We have to walk 1 kilometer through the plant. We're going to do a kind of tour. They will explain something about it. Always willing to learn something new, so that's interesting. And then of course we want to taste the coffee, the different ones, and we want to buy a lot of coffee.
Yes.
There are several countries in the world that produce very good coffee, but I'd say for me my favorite overall is always from Colombia.
And it's all around us and it looks beautiful. Exciting, very exciting.
We barely said we want to do a tour, or asked, do you do tours? And we said, yes, but first sit down and then get the coffee.
Have a coffee. This is the coffee that has won 5 years in a row gold medal for best coffee. Look who came to visit. Hello. Yeah. It's a big puppy, big Bernese puppy. Coffee and a beautiful dog. What do you want?
Muchísimo gusto, yo soy Miguel Soto, soy el encargado de la tienda, soy uno de los guías, soy barista, catador y tostador y pues hoy voy a ser su guía.
Gracias.
Con mucho gusto.
Ya nos enseñó a sembrar el café.
Desde acá hasta pasarlo en una bolsa 45 días. Puede ser más, puede ser menos, dependemos del clima. Desde que la flor cae hasta obtener el grano maduro, vamos a tener que esperar entre 8 a 9 meses.
So here you can see really well how some fruits are already red, dark red, almost purple, so almost ripe, and others are green, so not ripe at all. Especially in this area where you basically have 12 months of spring all year round, and you have coffee fruits, but also any other kind of trees that produces fruits, has fruits all year round. They pick only the ripe ones. And with the industrial coffee, usually they just pick everything.
Yeah.
This was by far the most informative coffee tour we've ever had.
El café va a caer a estas tolvas, va a separar la cáscara del grano.
Sí.
Eso debe ser unos 43, 45 grados.
Oh, ¿esto es el natural?
Sí, eso es un natural. Son 120 horas de fermentación que tuvo. ¿Sí? Pues en ese momento todavía le falta, pero lo pueden oler.
We spent over 2 hours with Miguel learning about what it takes to make premium quality coffee. And we were not done.
Next was a proper coffee tasting, something we'd never done before. Miguel lined 4 cups with different quality coffee, and we had to recognize them. It was a fun challenge, and we're proud to say we guessed them all right.
How's this cold brew?
So flavorful. Crazy.
How was the tour?
You can top this. Don't want to see anything else.
It's amazing.
It tastes crazy.
It's crazy.
It tastes like the package.
It tastes exactly like the image shows.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
There we go, making a ragu for our lovely hosts. Hopefully it will come out good, but I think so.
Cuidado.
So while the ragu cooks, I wanted to show you the wonderful place where Diego and Milena and their family are hosting us. So here's where we park the Papero. It's in the corner of their garden. That's their house. Yeah, those are banana trees in the garden. That's where Diego's mom lives. And this is the back of the garden. What I would do to have an avocado tree in my garden. Mangoes and guayaba, and then several mandarins and oranges. And they literally have a pineapple fruit coming out of the plant right now. It's very small, it's just past the flower phase. Just so cool. So cool. Ok, prueben. Cerveza alemana. Weissbier. Cualquiera, la que te inspira más.
Y normalmente se toma en estos vasos que son exactamente de medio litro.
We spent the next few days sharing meals with our adoptive family. We cooked for them, they cooked for us.
Estamos con desayuno montañero preparado por Angie. Aquí está Angie. Y nos está preparando también agua panela con queso.
Oh, qué bueno.
Qué rico.
And we even went to restaurants together.
So, this is Diego's business. He's making mattresses. Ours are 5 years old. We use them a lot and they're getting a bit softer and weaker. What better
So-
place than do this?
Yes, exactly. Nuevos colchones. Yes, our new bed, and it's pink. I love it. I mean, it's gonna be covered, but
One is
it's
pink, one is white.
yes.
Yeah. And also we're taking advantage of the sewing machine to repair a couple spots, like here.
Yeah.
And you can really tell our old one, it was very high quality actually. I bought this as scrap in Germany. These pieces of foam were 140 euros 5 years ago. This is a part for Julia's head, so there's not much weight on it because Julia has a small head. It's still pretty stiff. You can't even compress it that much.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's why we already said we want to replace them. Then we got to meet Diego and his family, and
Yeah.
then they told us, oh, we make mattresses.
Yeah. So cool. Lucky
So
us.
cool to be able to combine the different foams,
Yeah.
like a stronger, stiffer one on the bottom, so that you don't feel the wood under the bed, and a softer kind of a topper
Yeah.
one on top.
So like sort of memory foam.
We just tried it on the ground, and it
So
was
comfy, I was falling asleep. And how much are we paying for all of this?
40 euros. Of course, you can imagine they were like, it's for free, of course. I'm like,
No.
no, that's the price you will make to a regular customer. And they were like, no, we were really looking at something we could gift you, and we didn't know what to gift you. And then you told us about the mattress, so of course we gift you the mattress. And we're like, but you're already hosting us and giving us food and taking us around.
Yeah, exactly. Compromises, we pay for the material cost.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ya quedó así. Qué bueno, gracias.
Puso a trabajar.
Sí, claro, aquí estamos, por eso. Aquí entregamos el primer colchón.
Ganando en el almuerzo.
Here, first delivery complete. And we are in Génova.
Génova, in the mountains.
Yeah, it's so beautiful here.
It's so fun. We've been seeing overloaded pickup trucks delivering stuff to little remote villages.
And now we're on
for a
one of
year.
them.
It's not overloaded, it's
No, it's
heavy.
perfectly loaded.
but still it's fun.
Nested in the beautiful green mountains of Quindío, Génova is Diego's original home. So he still has a lot of family there. After we completed all of our deliveries, he took us to visit his aunt and uncle at their coffee farm. Of course, food was involved.
Sancocho de gallina. Pruébalo, amor. Rico. Rico. Parece muy sabroso.
Parece.
Seguro lo es.
Diego's uncle took us through the coffee plants with a stunning backdrop of the Green Mountains.
Cuando uno tiene un palito pequeño, apenas producen las meras ramitas, vea, así, vea. Pequeñito, a uno lo ve muy bonito. En cambio, un palo así tiene dos.
Doble de café.
Wow.
After the tour we had at La Morelia, the large enterprise farm in Armenia, visiting this family farm was extremely interesting. The scale was of course much smaller and the methods definitely less sophisticated. For example, they simply dried the beans on top of the house, protecting them with a sliding metal roof. We had a very special time here.
Venir a Colombia y no montar en moto es como no haber venido.
Es verdad. Acá es mi casco. Y me voy. Gracias. Bien. Vamos.
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 Motorcycles are everywhere in Colombia, more than in any other country we've ever visited. Angie took me on a fantastic tour through some more towns of Quindío. I liked them so much that I returned with Luca for a special event.
We're in Montenegro, not the country. The town celebrates its birthday, and there's apparently gonna be festivities all around. Let's go check it out.
The Yipao is a traditional celebration in Quindío involving the jeep wheelies, the most common means of transportation for people and goods in the rural areas of Colombia. It's actually more of a show than a celebration, with the jeeps spinning acrobatically and showcasing the cultural richness of the Eje Cafetero.
Crazy event. Like, we've never been to anything like this. It's pretty dang cool. Today is the day that we leave our host family in Armenia and continue our journey through Colombia. It's been incredible. We've loved every day with them and we feel incredibly grateful. Love Colombia, love South America, love this trip. About to go.
About to go. Of course they told us, don't you want to stay another day? Of course.
Of course. Ciao. Goodbye, friends. We'll miss you very much.
We only had one stop to make before leaving Quindío.
Welcome to Filandia.
Without the end. Not like Finland.
Exactly, Filandia. It's a very cute village, in a way similar to Salento, but less famous because it's further away from the palms. But
Much more famous for the coffee.
yes, exciting!
We were really excited about Filandia's coffee. We picked a cozy looking cafe to try out new coffee brewing methods. We picked the Japanese siphon, a complex preparation that looked more out of a lab than a coffee shop. It was amazing to watch.
Este método, como ya les dije, bastante científico, funciona de la siguiente manera. Acá tenemos una mechera y el agua está hirviendo. En ese momento empezó a hervir. Entonces, el agua al hervir genera vapores. Esos vapores no tienen por dónde escapar más que por este conducto de acá que va a llevar mediante la presión el agua hacia la copa superior. Ahora mismo voy a proceder a agitar. Al agitar genero la turbulencia necesaria para extraer este café. Al momento en el que yo quite la llama, al haber ausencia de calor, los vapores empiezan a condensar. Esa condensación genera un vacío parcial. El vacío parcial nos va a ocasionar que el café se extraiga o se succione. Se va a filtrar el café. Solamente vamos a sentir una taza limpia, sin sedimentos, muy rica.
¡Qué chévere! Cheers!
We then tried the cafe's signature coffee lemonade. We never thought coffee and lemon would go well together, but leave that to the Colombians to decide. Crazy, crazy stuff. Who came up with this?
So good.
Unbelievable how much we learned about Colombia and coffee in such a short time. Next, we'll take you up the mountains of Colombia for a last spectacular glimpse of the Great Andes in awesome company. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to not miss an episode, and if you like this one, please let us know in the comments below. See you in 2 weeks.